can't give up at all. I need to. There's a vision. There's an aim. We have a plan. I want to be the most trusted voice in the hospitality industry, the one in Nigeria and Africa generally. Yes, I want to build the biggest African restaurant, bigger than the Michelin itself. Michelin is too small. Their stars is nothing. It means nothing. The real star is when your customer, your clients taste your food and they're happy. You know, it brings joy to them, makes them healthier, makes them satisfied. You know, that's the greatest star. Not that star from a tire company. Nah, I'm not saying this because I don't have it. Like, I'm very serious. I'm very, very, very serious. I'm very serious because I notice a lot of restaurants, the moment they have that stars, that star, that Michelin star, their ratings, it get us in the B because I took for PG, me on anywhere. I don't know. And then if it's so good, why do people return it? I hear that they return Michelin stars. You know, it loses this human touch. Every restaurant that has, especially the 3-star ones, 3 Michelin star restaurants, they begin to lose. It becomes extremely commercialized. Their service is just about their service. It's no longer about the guest as much as it should be, as it was when they started, you know. I really want to make a change in this industry, hospitality industry, as gourmet bam, as a chef. I've been practicing for over 5 years now, but officially I would say 5 years because that was when BAM Sport started, you know. Initially I was even a tailor, or I just got an instruction from my owner, that's God, Yahweh. He said, do this. I had the interest. In fact, I remember vividly when I was like 8 years old. Then Mr. Biggs was still in vogue. You know, I ate their meat pie, I think their fried rice too, when I and my mom were traveling from Abunima to Port Harcourt. Some of you don't know Abunima. Well, you get to know more about Abunima. Yeah, that's where I was born and bred, by the way. So that's why I speak Calabari fluently. And I know so much about riverine foods very well because that's what I grew up eating, right? My grandmama would always make those meals. God bless her wherever she is right now. And so, yeah. And I tasted their meal. And you know, they used to have this kids center where they used to play their slides, swings, and all those things. And I entered for the first time. I was like, I would love to own something like this. I was just talking. I just said it. You know, dream big, gone now. Exactly. We're just dreaming big. You know, Ben Cassie's book helped my imaginations a lot. And I think when I was still around that period, I went to my paternal grandma's place for holiday. And I and my young aunt, we tried to bake something. We contributed money together and we tried to bake something. I tried to make dough for the first time. Trust me, it was a massive, bizarre disaster. This dough was not doing. It was not doing at all. It wasn't dough. There was nothing dough about it. It was so bad. I added gari, like raw cassava flakes, whatever they call it, gari, inside to make it firm, to dough. Let it dough, please, you know. But the dough was not doing. We tried to fry it like that. It was a very massive disaster. So we had to give up on that. And we used our hair beads, you know those beads, yeah, where we put at the tip of our hair. We made bracelets with it and we sold to some people. I remember very vividly, we sold it for 100 naira per piece. So that was the business for a while. And then I now went into making, we call it Mickey. Mix milk with water, put it inside fridge. When it's blocked or frozen, we'll sell it like that. I think I sold it for 13 naira then, or 15 naira also. I did that business too, did so many things. So that was when my love for baking started, when I was like 8 years old. You know, I was always astonished at how they do this thing. My grandma, my maternal grandmother, made Scotch eggs. She made egg rolls too. She sold them, you know. So I'd always been around food making or food processing somewhat. So that's where this love was born, I believe. Alright, and I love good food. And I love good food. So yes, so when God told me, okay, learn this baking thing, the passion was there. I want to learn how to make egg roll. I love eggs, boiled eggs. Don't play. You want to get my attention, boiled eggs. Make it exquisite. And particular how you boil the egg too. The people around me, they know this. Exactly. I said I want to learn how to make egg roll from scratch. You need the dough to make egg rolls, exactly. And finally, God just connected me with someone that connected me to someone. God bless her soul. The person that did the connection, yeah. God bless her soul. Life. So the woman said no, she doesn't want to teach anybody anymore. Nah, it's this, that. She's hiding from this whole thing. She doesn't want to do all this cooking stuff again, culinary stuff again. I was like, Ma, please, I promise, just 1 week I will learn how to bake very well. I'm a fast learner. You will not regret. You'll be proud of me. She was like, am I sure 1 week? That's never happened. Nobody learns baking and it's perfect. And what I said, Ma, try me and see. She told me her price. She said it's 70,000 euros. So I said, I don't have that money. So the person that connected me to her, she was like, tell her what you have. Tell her how much you have. I said, it's the issue. I don't have money. This was still around COVID period. I said, I don't have. But I thought I was a tailor then, right? So I said, okay, I can raise 5,000 naira. That's what I said. I said, Ma, it's 5,000 naira I have. She said, 5,000. It's not even up to 10% of what she told me. I said, Ma, please, it's what I have. Help me. She said, okay. So am I paying now? I said, I'll pay. Can I pay in installments? You can see that I didn't even have that 5,000 naira cash. I had to pay in installment. I paid the first 2,500 or so. Yeah, I first paid 2,500. No, 2,000. I first paid 2,000. Yes. Thank you. Because I remember I paid her 3,000 naira balance later and then she gave me 500 naira change back. So total, I think I paid 4,500. Exactly. And first day I went, we did, what did we do first day? Meat pie. And I wanted to learn meat pie too because, come on, Mr. Biggs, remember that love I had when I tasted Mr. Biggs meat pie. And the one I did that very first day got sold out even before the others. Exactly, that's the one she did and the other students also got sold out. Then I went back home. I spoke to Bishop. Bishop is like my godfather, and he sent me some money. Like, I didn't tell him about the baking. I just told him I need money. My food stuff has finished, and he sent me money. I used the money to go and buy baking stuff because I needed a rolling pin, and all that put together. She taught us how to bake with stove, so that you don't have to depend on oven when you do not have one yet. So I went to the market. I bought flour. Everything was cheap then. I think flour, the custard was half custard was 400 naira or 600 or so, if I'm not mistaken. Margarine was 300, 400 too for that custard, small custard cup. The rolling pin and the board was 2,500 together. What else did I buy? I bought milk flavor, vanilla, everything. I didn't spend more than 10,000 naira for everything. I got like baking tools from scratch. Yeah, I remember. Nutmeg and the rest of all that, sugar too. And as I started practicing. What do I need sugar for, you ask? Egg roll and other things. Yes. And then the next day she taught us egg roll. I went back home again. I practiced. I gave my neighbors to taste it back then in back of Kem. Those people that went to University of Port Harcourt, they know back of Kem. That's where I was staying, in my cousin's place. I'll give it to the people around my cousins to taste, give me feedback. They'll tell me, okay, do this like this, do this like this, do this like this. And some of my friends too, that were not my neighbors, but they stayed just around that area. So gradually I was perfecting it. So she only taught me once. Like, she doesn't even say do this. She just do it for you to watch. That was just what she did. So me, I would write it down to the very last detail. Like, she stirred this thing, or she stirred the butter for 5 times clockwise. That's how I write it. Yeah, exactly, because I'm very exact with my recipe writing. I don't play with it. Then she sneezed twice in between the stirring of the butter. She blinked 4 times before she put this. I'm not joking. I wish I had that book here with me right now. Do I even still have that book anymore? I don't think I do. That's how serious I write. That's how detailed I write my recipes. And then I'll follow. Then I'll try to be innovative. I'll add this. I said, okay, she told me meat pie, right? Let me try and make fish pie, chicken pie rather, this way. Exactly. And I'll just try. Then I'll go to Kilimanjaro or Sammy's in Choba Junction or at Choba Junction. I'll buy their stuff, I'll taste it, and I'll try to critique it. I'll try to see how I can deconstruct it, you know, and rebuild it with the recipes I would make. I say, okay, the crust is tasting this way is because there's more butter or there's less butter, or there's more milk, or they use cold milk to make the crust, and all those things go together, you know. That's how I was now building my own recipe. I'll buy from Kilimanjaro, I'll buy from Sammy's, I'll buy from Genesis and taste, you know. That's just how it was. That's just how it was. And gradually, as I started building my recipes, I started selling it. You know, from there, I'll do for people that will make an order. Word of mouth is basically what got me started. Oh, I have someone, I know someone who does this. She sells this, she makes food. My cousin too. She'll be like, yeah, my cousin does this thing, she cooks. And then that was how someone reached out and I cooked. That was the first order I got, and that was just how it all started. It's been an amazing journey from that time till this moment, and I thank God, I bless God for leading me in this direction, because it is this same career, because being a chef is a career, alright, yes, that has really helped me. It has exposed me to great things, to sad stories, of which I believe one day I would share them if I'm led to. Alright. I learned so much. I met amazing people, like I said before. I met not so amazing people, and I met them so that I would be firm with my resolve not to be like them. Like, nah, I don't want to be like this chef, not at all. But I'm still grateful I met them. I thank God they are the way they are, because if they weren't like that, I wouldn't have learned. That's it. You need to meet some bad people too, because who is going to be bad voluntarily? Nobody. But you need to meet them to help you learn and be wiser and get better, you know. We need bad examples too, just as much as we need good examples, you know, Esau and Jacob and all that. But moving forward, I started making money, started earning, you know, so getting salary. At least my first major salary, I would say, is like 30 to 40,000 naira. This was around 2021 too. Yeah, but I was in other side also, so social media management, kitchen assistant for another food company, food business, not company yet. I believe they should be a company by now. You know, I'll cook for other chefs that cannot make a certain kind of meal. Now, while I was this baking thing, it was just, now the 1 week was not like solid 1 week. It was just 4 days, because I think in between on Thursday she was not around. She went somewhere. That's Miss Victoria. That's her name. But that's it. So she taught me meat pie, egg roll, chin chin, and cake. Yes, that's the 4 days, and that's it. So I had to now go home and practice by myself. You know, and then one time she had an order and she called me to come and assist her. So I went. And I think in a very short while, I even left that back of game. I went somewhere else. I was practicing other recipes. I really wanted my niche to be native food. Yes, so me coming up with African haute cuisine now is not a mistake. It's not a coincidence. I think it's always been there in my spirit. That's what I'm called to do in this industry, you know, to make sure our food gets to the global market, just as we have pizza, we have spaghetti bolognese, and we have bruschetta, and we have creamy pasta, and the rest of all that we enjoy so much these days. You know, even popcorn is not ours, right? Exactly. So how to localize our meals in other countries and spheres, all right? That's the aim. So yes. So yes, that's the plan. That's the aim. And so help me God, it's going to get done very soon.